What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. Got a little bit to talk about tonight. Some NBA conference finals games. The Karate Kid movie's 2 days away. Some people have already seen it early, and it's not looking good. I'll just say that. But we'll start off with the games here. We left off on Wednesday, so we go to Thursday. The Thunder dominate the Wolves once again at home. They go up 2-0. 22. Julius Randle, horrendous game, 32 minutes, 6 points. Gobert didn't do much, 30 minutes, 9 rebounds, 5 points. Ant played 40 minutes, 32 points, did what he could. Mike Conley, he's 37 years old. Actually, he might be a little bit younger than that. I'm not really sure. I know he's in his 30s, though. But 28 minutes, 3 points, and then they didn't really use their bench that much. Alexander Walker has played really well in this series, though. He's probably going to get paid in free agency. And then DiVincenzo, 22 minutes, only 8 points, disappointing. Then Naz Reid didn't play that great either. But the Thunder, really, really deep team. They have a great starting five. They have a great bench. They have really good coaching. They just have a great offense and great defense. They just feel like a perfect team. SGA, who won MVP, 38 points, 22 from Chet, 26 from Jalen Williams, 9 from Dort, 6 from Hartenstein, Casey Wallace with 8 off the bench, Caruso with 9, and they didn't play their bench that much. That's all they usually play with the bench. But they go up 2-0 on the at home, excuse me. Then Pacers, Knicks. Pacers got greedy and take both games in Madison Square Garden. Love to see it. This was a close one. The Pacers were in control for most of the game. Obviously, Knicks won the first quarter. They outscored them by 2 in the first. Outscored them by 1 in the second. Then they got outscored by 3. Then they got outscored by, I believe that's 7, I think. Or 5. That's 5. But Pacers take both games at their home. Now the Knicks are in the same situation. They put my Celtics in. So I know how it feels, Knicks fans. But Siakam's been playing phenomenal, 39 points, 12 from Nesmith, only 14 from Halliburton, 16 from Turner, and their bench stepped up, 10 from McConnell, 6 from Ben Shepherd. And then for the Knicks, Brunson with 36. He puts up the points, but he does get into foul trouble, though. 20 from Bridges, 20 from Cat, 16 from OG, 6 from Josh Hart. Then Robinson was 6 points, 9 rebounds, 5 from McBride, nothing from – Campaign was horrible in this game. Like, he had some really bad shots. Like, oh, my God, he was just pitiful in this game. And then game 3, the Timberwolves respond in a huge way. They blow out the Thunder at their home. The crowd was going wild. This was Thunder have some random games like this every now and then. But T-Wolves played great this game. They're on point. Jalen Williams with 13, Chet with 10, Alexander with only 14, Lou Dort with 6, Hartenstein with 6, AJ Mitchell with 14 off the bench, 10 from Dylan Jones. The taller Jalen Williams didn't do much either, 2 points. And then Terrence Shannon Jr. had more points than the entire starting 5. He stepped up in a big way off the bench. He was hitting good shots. They need to give him more minutes. He's really good. And then we saw a little bit of Robert Dillingham as well. Julius Randle with 24, McDaniels with 10, 30 from Edwards, only 6 from Conley, 10 from Reed, and 12 from Alexander Walker, only 6 from DiVincenzo. But yeah, great response by the Wolves. And then in game 3, the Knicks respond. They go into Indiana in a tough environment, and they win that game on the road. They were down by 20 points at one point, but Cat stepped up in a huge way. Brunson with 23, Cat with 24. They did make a change to the starting 5. They actually moved Josh Hart to the bench, and they moved Cat back to power forward and started Mitchell Robinson at center. Pretty interesting decision there. It wasn't really working, though. So that's a bit of a red flag because they did go down by 20 points. But they really climbed their way back into it, though. Josh Hart with 8. Tibbs dipped into his bench, which was a rare sight. DeLon Wright got some action in here. At one point, he had a lineup of DeLon Wright, Deuce McBride, Landry Shamet, Josh Hart, and I think it was Mitchell Robinson who was out there at center. But the bench, for once, is getting some action. Halliburton, he just wasn't aggressive enough when it came to crunch time. But statistically, 20 points in 37 minutes, 12 from McConnell off the bench. Siakam, not that great of a game, 17 points. Miles Turner with 19. But yeah, Knicks respond. They win this game by 6. And then heartbreaking loss for the Wolves. They lose by 2 at their home. They go down 1-3. Jalen Williams with 34, 21 from Chet, 40 from Shea, 4 from Lou Dort, 10 from Caruso off the bench. Thunder bounce back. They take a commanding 3-1 series lead. And then the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards did not play very well. 41 minutes, 16 points, 13 from Gobert, 9 rebounds. McDaniels with 22 points. Julius Randle's pitiful in this game. He only made 1 field goal, and that was at the start of the game, and then he just couldn't do anything after that. It was horrible. DiVincenzo and Alexander Walker played great off the bench. 23 for Walker, 21 from DiVincenzo. Not that great of a game for Naz Reid and Terrence Shannon, but critical game there. They failed to tie the series. They go down 1-3. And same thing for the Knicks. The Knicks go down 1-3 on the road against the Pacers. Cat did get injured in this game, unfortunately. I believe it was like a knee contusion or something like that. But tough injury for the Knicks. 22 for OG, played 40 minutes. 24 from Cat, 31 from Brunson, 17. 12 from Hart off the bench, and then he dipped into the bench again. Ashua actually played this time. But yeah, the problem with the Knicks is their defense isn't that great. Like, yes, OG is a good defender. Mitchell Robinson's a good rim protector. Josh Hart's a good defender as well. Other than that, they don't really have that much depth. Like, Tibbs just doesn't trust his bench, and that's always been his problem as a coach. And, the problem with Brunson is he gets into foul trouble. Like, there's times where they can't even play him at the start of the fourth quarter because he has 5 fouls. Like, that's a huge red flag. Siakam bounces back with 30 points, 32 from Halliburton, 20 from Mathurin off the bench. Very good player. But yeah, that's one advantage the Pacers have over them is their bench steps up. And Tibbs is getting out-coached by Rick Carlisle again. This is the second year in a row. But yeah, critical game. And then tonight was just pitiful. Timberwolves only scored 9 points in the first quarter. They get blown out in an elimination game by 30 points, and their season is over. They lose in 5 and back-to-back conference finals appearances. Very, very tough pill to swallow if you're a T-Wolves fan. Julius Randle put up 24. Ant with 19. Mike Conley was 0. 5 from McDaniels, 2 from Gobert. Naz with 11 off the bench, along with Terrence Shannon. But yeah, their season is over. It's frustrating because when they get to the conference, because like the Wolves look phenomenal when they get to the conference finals, but when they actually get there, they just completely collapse. Like it happened, the same thing happened with the Mavericks a year ago. So I don't know what it is. But the Wolves now go 0-3 in the conference finals in their franchise history. Really, really tough. Tough way to go out. Thunder, Chet with 22, Jalen Williams with 19, 34 from Shea, 12 from Dort, 8 from Hartenstein. The taller Jalen Williams didn't score anything. Caruso with 8, 11 from Isaiah Joe. But yeah, Thunder go to the conference finals, the NBA finals for the first time since 2012. Back then, they had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. Like, that team was fun. And then Game 5, Pacers-Knicks is tomorrow. We'll see if the Knicks can save their season at home or if the Pacers will clinch their first NBA Finals since 2000. But there's a couple. I know NFL OTAs are going on. And I'm already seeing Kevin Durant to the Wolves mock trades. Thing is, if the Wolves try to trade for KD, they're going to have to give up McDaniels. I don't think you want to do that. But because he's a big part of their defense. So, see. David Andrews retires. Then lots of drama going on with Stephon Diggs, of course, with my Patriots. He had some weird substance on a boat with like a bunch of women, I guess. But Patriots are aware of the viral video showing Stephon Diggs on a boat with a group of women holding what appears to be a pink substance. Head coach Mike Vrabel addressed the situation, saying he's spoken to Diggs and emphasized the importance of players making good decisions. Diggs was also absent from today's OTA session, and while Vrabel acknowledged it's a voluntary workout, he didn't hide his frustration with the situation. So, yeah, the Patriots knew what they were getting into when they signed Stephon Diggs, and right now it's not looking like a good decision. But, yeah, very concerned with this whole situation. And, we can't afford any distractions. So, we could be in for another disastrous Patriots season. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Bills will continue to use the tush push, despite being one of the vocal critics of the tush push. Bills head coach has no plan to stop using it. Yeah, I thought that was weird because The Bills were one of the teams that voted to ban the tush push, which made no sense because they use it a lot. But it ended up not getting banned. So the tush push will not be banned, which I didn't think it should be banned. I don't think the Eagles should be penalized for using a play that they created. I think that's stupid. People need to get over it. Travis Hunter has eventually started taking defensive reps at OTAs. So yeah, the whole Travis Hunter thing should be interesting. Then Packers have offered Jair Alexander contract restructure. Yeah, he's barely healthy. That's the issue with him. And then Hasten Reddick not showing up doesn't surprise me. He did this last year with New York. And then Joey Bosa is out until training camp with a calf injury. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Then the Browns sign Mason Graham to his rookie deal. It's 4 years, fully guaranteed, $40.87 million. So good for him. And then Steelers with the quarterback drama. Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins is officially on the Steelers' radar if things fall apart with Aaron Rodgers. I just think Kirk would be a good fit in Pittsburgh. They don't have a lot of receiver depth except for DK. And then what's this? Raiders signing. Okay, I have no clue who that is. Jackson Dart, I'm not taking number 2. Cost too much. Explained why he's rocking number 6 instead of his college number, and it's all about the price tag. Cost too much. Deontay Banks is asking for FD number. Oh, that's right, because Deontay Banks has it. Okay. Then Desmond Ridder retiring already. He's terrible. He's one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. Salary cap limit. Oh boy. Do not do a second apron like the NBA. Please don't. It's like the Dolphins are closing in on a trade for Jalen Ramsey with the Commanders, Cowboys, and Rams. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Not in his prime anymore, unfortunately. But this Travis Hunter is getting married. So congrats to him. And Shador is getting high praise from Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. Spencer Rattler making a statement at OTAs with Jake Hanner. Yeah, Saints are going to be ass this year. Landing spot for Keenan Allen. Oh boy. Giants. Okay, yes. The Giants have signed Abdul Carter to his rookie deal. 4 years, fully guaranteed, $45.26 million. So a good deal for him. Aiden Hutchinson has officially been cleared. Yeah, so it'll be good to see him back once the season starts. Colts owner passed away. RIP to him. Yeah, I don't know why nothing's showing up here. But shout out to Strike First Media, since he saw the Karate Kid movie, but he did a quick little review on it. I knew Karate Kid Legends wouldn't be anything to write home about, but boy, was this a stinker. I'll stick with Cobra Kai. But yeah, Karate Kid Legends is apparently not very good, as expected. So it really doesn't surprise me. But yeah, they should have just never done this in the first place. It just completely pointless. And I'll try to find like more reviews. But so far, apparently Rotten Tomatoes gave it like a 58%, apparently. Which now it's up to 61%. But I do want to see some reviews. Jonathan Entwistle was the director. Okay, I want to see like... I want to find the negative ones. There we go. All right, we're going to check out these like low reviews. Unfortunately, it's very generic. It seems like... Oh, damn, this is written a week ago. Holy crap. It's very generic. It seems like a random episode of a random show. It starts well. The plot surprises us by showing us that the kid is the trainer of a 40-something boxer and not the one being trained. The film has good choreography. The antagonist has good style. The characters are charismatic, and there's drama and enjoyable comedy. Almost halfway through, Daniel LaRusso appears. The very few scenes to teach him karate in 1 week to fight in a tournament to save the boxer because he has a debt. The tournament part is very fast-paced and goes by in the blink of an eye, so if you're careless, you'll miss it. If it had 15 more minutes to develop everything, it would be better. The karate training is barely visible. The movie ends and there's no need to wait for anything. The post-credits roll right away, just like the end of Cobra Kai. The post-credits roll right away. And that's when we see Johnny Lawrence's cameo saying he's going to open a pizza place called Miyagi Hut. Oh my God. Oh, that's fucking terrible. That is terrible. Okay, this one's got 1 star. This cast had a lot of potential, but they kind of missed it. I was really excited for this movie as the teaser was pretty well made. It was very fast-paced, and I was expecting something like The Karate Kid 2010, which had decent character development and journey of improvement. However, this felt more like someone was trying to make a fast-paced TV episode. They didn't realize such a good star cast, the rich background of Kung Fu and karate, and the wealth of history and lessons. It all went to vain. We all know how karate stories usually go. Like, they trend to follow a similar pattern, but there's always some distinction. That distinction comes from direction. In this case, the storytelling and script direction were a waste. In the middle, for me, I enjoyed it more than season 5 of the show. Okay, that's a bit much. Haven't watched season 6 because of season 5 being so awful. Whoa! I don't agree with that at all, but okay. The movie was good in places, but underdeveloped in others. The main bully was the main bully because of reasons, LOL. It was a lot more of a love story than anything. Daniel-san and Sifu and what? Were an afterthought. This movie needed 10 to 20 more minutes. The last act felt rushed. Victor annoyed and irked me the way he said Shifu when it is pronounced Sifu. So disrespectful and annoying. He was too lazy to pronounce it the correct way. 2.5 stars out of 5 stars. Fun to watch on a lazy day with nothing to do. Matinee viewing or streaming. Don't full price this. That one's got 5 stars. Not the best Karate Kid movie. Really fast paced. Same storyline as the other Karate Kid movies. Ralph Macchio doesn't do anything in the movie. He just exists. Best part of the movie was seeing everybody's favorite Karate Kid character at the end. Yeah. I love the Karate Kid franchise. However, this movie was not as exciting as other sequels. There's way too many things that could have been better. The story or script wasn't really that great. I love the fact that some old cast were in it, but the whole movie was set up strangely. Kid teaches a boxer kung fu, and he beat up 3 dudes who weigh much more than him. Kind of strange setup. Also, the training was too fast. Okay, these ones are all positive for some reason. It was a fun movie, but it wasn't perfect. Story felt rushed, and the editing is kind of weird. The movie is for TikTok social media nerds. That's funny. Doesn't deserve the name of Karate Kid. Daniel LaRusso just appeared because he needed to appear. It's boring, and the story just tries so hard to fit it. Could be better as an independent movie. Wow, I wonder how Jackie Chan's back feels after carrying all the weight of this movie. Not the best, worst of them all. Movie too short. Scenes were cut and pasted, not showcasing fight scenes as the TV series. Disappointing entry, even worse than the movie before this one. The fight scenes and training are mixed: kung fu, taekwondo, boxing, and a little bit of karate. And then this is the last one. Really good choreography, but overall bad movie with zero depth to the characters. The cast carries, but the story just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's basically what it is. The fact that this has 61 Rotten Tomatoes is astonishing to me. 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 6 out of 10 on IGN. But it's officially out on May 30th. Does it say the runtime somewhere? I don't see the runtime anywhere. Oh, it's 1 hour and 58 minutes, apparently. That might be including credits, though. Runtime. 94 minutes. I mean, people are saying it's not even half an hour. So that confuses me. But yeah, I know a lot of people are disappointed. I mean, it wouldn't be disappointed for me. This is what happens when you get your hopes up. We'll go on Fanspo real quick. I'm debating on whether to see the movie or not. I know we're going to be live on, I believe, Friday on Network, basically reviewing the Karate Kid movie. I'm debating on whether I'm going to see it or not, because I kind of don't want to spend money on it, but at the same time, I have to review it for the network, but I can't review it if I don't see it, you know? I do want to do a Kevin Durant to Minnesota trade real quick. So let's see what they would have to give up. So obviously they're way over the second A when this happens. So you probably have to include Jaden McDaniels. Still need to add more money into it though. Probably have to put in Dante DiVincenzo. 36 million going out. Suns can't take on too much either because they're over the second apron. Let's see. You might have to include Robert Dillingham, but we got a cap hold. Had to be a sign-in trade. So, and he would have to agree to go there too. So, say like 12, 13, and 13. Try that. He's probably going to get paid like a decent contract because he played really well in the playoffs. See. Still taking on. So we need like a small contract to make it work. Jalen Clark's on a minimum. Maybe you send him in there. So we're still off though. So you probably throw in Leonard Miller. Okay. And you might have to give up your first round pick this year too. And then maybe like a future first. Or maybe not. Yeah, that doesn't even go through. You have to cut $7 million. So I don't think they have enough. Plus, you have Naz Reid on a player option, so I don't know if they'd want Conley. I mean, he's on an expiring deal anyway, but so they can only take back $5 million, and you're giving up a lot. Probably cut Leonard Miller. And probably Jalen Clark too. See how that works. Yeah, this really doesn't want KD to Minnesota apparently. Still need to cut $5 million. Frick. All right, let's reset it. KD, he's also extension eligible. Send Julius Randle there. He also has a player option, so he would have to accept his player option and agree to go there. Now, obviously, this isn't going to work straight up, so we have to see how much more salary we have to add on to it. Let me undo Alexander Walker's contract first. If I can find it. Yeah, there he is. Undo contract changes. which this may end up having to be a multi-team deal as well. But to cut $23 million. So probably have to include McDaniels in there. And it still doesn't go through. So it can't go McDaniels. So they just love making this way harder than it should be. But, this whole second apron thing is just stupid. But probably have to throw in DiVincenzo. Still not there yet, and now it's not even showing up. There we go. Still need to cut like 11 million. So you'd probably have to send either Mike Conley or Alexander Walker on like $11 million deal or something like that. She's a really good 3-and-D guard. So I don't think the Suns would be mad at it. Plus, they need guard depth anyway. Say $11 million per season. And then he's all the way down here. And Phoenix can't aggregate contracts either. Yeah, and that doesn't go through either. To cut $6 million. And I guess you'd have to trade Rob Dillingham, but you gave up draft picks to get him, though. That's the problem. That doesn't even go through. Yeah. So it might have to be a 3-team deal. But yeah, this just really doesn't want Katie in Minnesota, I guess. But yeah. Thanks for popping in. Karate Kid Legends, rushed and short. Yeah, that's pretty much the issue. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for the short live, but I just didn't have much stuff for you guys this week. But once the conference finals are over, the NBA finals don't start until June 5th. So it'll probably just be like a normal hangout stream, so you can just ask me anything. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.